One of my favorite exercises to help build lateral hip and core strength is what's called lateral elbow stabilization. All it is essentially is a side plank here, but as we drive up, we're lifting and lowering that top leg to then challenge, because we have to use the lower hip and core to keep our body weight up, and we're only using a single leg, because usually I lift the leg up. I'm only using this right leg to really maintain my position. Oftentimes, and especially lately, I'm finding clients who have trouble really even testing that movement. I like to use it as one of my tests to see how much hip and core strength they have. What I'm noticing are, because of maybe weakness is the first thing, not being strong enough in the hip or the core, cannot hold that position at all, lift up and immediately fall back down, or some kind of previous knee injury. So if we think of in this position how long the lever is, we're using these hip muscles, the core, to really hold the entire lower leg and peroneals, TFL, IT band, glutes, obliques. All these muscles are firing here to hold ourselves up, but because that knee joint is right in the middle, oftentimes we have a previous history of knee injuries. There's a little bit of sharing, which means that knee joint's gonna start to move a little bit because our foot's in contact with the ground, our elbow, it's a long lever. The things in the middle, as they start to drop and waver, will become more stressed. So if you have a previous knee injury or struggling through knee pain, that exercise may not be the one for you. A simple modification is actually just to bend the knee. Instead of putting the foot on the ground now, I'm gonna put my knee on the ground, but I wanna make sure at all times here, I'm not sitting back. That's one common issue you'll see when people switch to the knee-based version, is the hip shift back, so we're no longer in a straight line. I now need my knee, my hip, and my shoulder to be in a line this way. So as I drive up, my hips go forward, I'm driving that foot into the ground, I'm gonna straighten my top leg, so now I'm getting a little support from both sides, and then I can lift and lower. So I'm drastically shortening that lever from the knee to the foot. Again, that's kind of out of the question now. So knee through shoulder is what's holding me, and I can lift and lower. So if you're someone that has a history of knee pain, switching to this regress version is important, is a good way to build lateral hip strength and not put the knee joint in a position that it's more susceptible to re-injury or stress that doesn't feel comfortable. And also, if you feel a lot of weakness and you just can't do that regular version, taking a step back, building a good foundation or base with this shorter lever will go a long way, because you'll be able to progress up to that harder version in no time if you take the time to properly build strength and control.